What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, we're going to go over a bunch of Plarium news that they just gave for us. It's in regards to the Fusion events. So without further ado, let's jump into it. I'm going to break it down into little bits here so it's not too hard to follow. So first of all, we got the little bit up here above my head, and it's going to be on Thursday. There's going to be planning a 2x drop event for speed gear in the Dragon's Lair. So I guess on day one of the fusion, they're going to start with Dragon, and it's going to have a 2x chance to drop speed. On Sunday, it's going to be a 2x chance to drop reflex on Ice Golem. So now we know it's Dragon into Ice Golem. And then on Thursday, July 10th, it's going to be 2x for Banner Lords, Accessories, and Spire's Den. And then lastly, on Sunday, July 13th, it's going to be a 2x for Regen Gear and Fire Knight. So now we kind of know the general schedule of the event for the dungeon tournaments. This is not like crazy news or anything like that, but it's always good to know just to have it in the back of our minds. Okay, so here is a little bit more substantial news here. This is in regards to the summoning event for the first weekend of the Titus Fusion. So starting on Friday, July 4th, we're playing a progressive event. So 15x to summon the champions of your choice from the selected pools from below. So let's take a look at these champions here. Are they going to be worthwhile? We got Priva the Slitherer. So Priva the Slitherer is one of the newer champions that just got released not too long ago. She's a demon spawn champion. She is Force Affinity. I describe her as a kind of Force Affinity Ancora-ish. She has a similar revive here on the her A3 single target revive with 100% HP, 50% turn meter, fully resets the cooldown of their skills on a 4-turn cooldown. So it's similar to Ancora's single target revive with the full skill reset. It's kind of cool. I think her kit overall is not as good because I think her passive is not as good as Ancora's. This is similar as well, but Ancora is basically a guarantee on one champion, whereas this is a one random debuff removal, so it's not a guarantee. And then they both have speed in all battles and all that. She's a decent support champion, but she's not going to be anything insane or anything like that. Her A1 is similar to Lyssandra's transfer debuffs, which is pretty interesting. And then her A2 here is a team-wide heal with increased defense and increased speed. This is always going to be useful. I mean, if you pull her early, she's going to be a massive carry and all that. But yeah, she is still a solid champion depending where you are in the game. And then after that, we have on deck, we have Elva Autumnborn. So Elva Autumnborn from the Sylvan Watchers here. She is extremely good right here. Yeah, she fits into a lot of stuff, even for my account. I use her for Chimera mainly. She's got speed in all battles. She's got a single target revive on a 3-turn cooldown, increase defense, increase attack. She's got team-wide cleanse with a block debuff, increased speed on a 3-turn, very good. A1 continuous heal, and then a passive that does more healing and veiling, which is really, really nice. She's a super strong carry if you pull her early, and even in the late game, she's still viable. She's still usable in like Arena, and then she can be very good in Chimera or Hydra. And then after her, we have Lord Entertainer Fabian. So we have Fabian up for grabs as well. Fabian is a undead here, one of the blue guys. Yeah, speed in all battles here. One of the most recent fusions, 6th anniversary fusion here. You got A1 turn meter steel. It's got an A2 petrify, very, very nice. And then team wide fear, very nasty ability here. And then his really strong ability on his A3. He's got lockout ability with a skill duration decrease, which is very strong. And then his passive here means that he cannot be hard CC'd as well. And whenever an enemy breaks out of fear, he comes in with his A2, super nasty as well. And whenever an enemy is revived, they always land with true fear. Yeah, he is a one-man wrecking crew, and he's definitely very, very powerful. Up there with Arman's is one of the strongest fusions of all time. After Fabian, we have Mighty Uko. So Mighty Uko here from the skins. Another past fusion, very, very good champion. I don't like his stat distribution, but yeah, he has decent base stats as well. He's got an A1 AoE, decrease attack, very good. A2, got a strip here, double hit, strip, block buffs, decrease accuracy if they got no more buffs. This happens with some relative frequency. It's a strip as well, and then he's got a team-wide revive with block damage, and then placing increased speed on them as well. No turn meter, but the block damage basically means that they usually get a turn. And then his passive here is super annoying. He has a 50% chance of stealing buffs whenever they're placed by the enemies. And then he has speed in all battles aura. Very good champion. I used him a lot when I first got him. He was a fusion back in the day, not too long ago, but probably a long time ago, maybe like 2 years, at least 2 years ago. He even had a small moment in Platinum Arena defense where people used him in a stun set and just to be super annoying. But he's a good champ, good carry if you get him early and all that. So can be useful in Hydra as well. And then lastly, for the non-voids here, for the boosted progressive event, we have Zaharis. Zaharis here. Dune Herald Zaharis. You know, not a lot of people talk about this guy, but I think he's actually pretty decent. He's 108 base speed. He's got speed in all battles. He's got this really cool A3 here. Places one intercept on a target and then places block debuffs and increase speed on everybody on a 3-turn cooldown. This is actually very, very strong ability. And then his main ability here, his A2 on a 3-turn cooldown. He attacks one enemy. Before attacking, he 100% chance to steal all buffs from that target enemy, then applies a buff spread. So he steals buffs from one enemy and then he spreads it on your whole team. And then he places block buffs and block active skills on that one enemy. So he basically strips that one enemy and then shuts them down with block buffs, block active skills, and then he gives all those buffs to your whole team on a 3-turn cooldown. Now, there's going to be some issues here against Stone Skin because Stone Skin, you know, can't be removed 50% of the time, regardless of your accuracy. But this is a really strong ability, and I think this doesn't get talked about a lot enough. His A1 has the opposite effect where he kind of debuff spreads instead of spreading on your own team. He spreads it on the enemy. So he has a 100% chance of applying the debuff spread on 2 random debuffs on the target. Cool champ. I never got around to actually playtesting this guy, but he does look very, very interesting. His passive also gives your whole team a increased accuracy buff, which is really, really nice. And he gets a little bit of turn meter fill here whenever a debuff is removed, expires, or has its duration decreased. Overall, I think E is a interesting champion, potentially very good. All right, so those are the non-voids. For the void champions here, we got, what do we got? Sephi, Lady Noel, and Diamante Coppercoin. So we got Sephi. Sephi basically needs no introduction at this point in the game. Very old champion, good base speed. He's got a single target revive here, 55% with full turn meter, increased attack, increased crit rate. He's bringing block debuffs, increased defense, increased speed, and a turn meter fill on a 4-turn cooldown. It's got an A1 that's super, super strong in PvP. Maybe less strong now because Wand is in the game. So you never know. She might sleep herself. In the passive here, which is very good. Sometimes you forget about this passive, but she has a chance to remove freeze and fear. And also she brings a passive heal. Good base stats everywhere. And of course, combo with Rotos makes her absolutely insane. She is going to be up for grabs for this 15x. And then we have Lady Noel. This was the past Christmas fusion. She's actually proven to be quite good. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. She has one of the best revives in the entire game. 3-turn cooldown, full team revive with 50% HP, 50% turn meter, and a freeze on it as well. Yeah, I don't think anybody's surprised that this is a good ability. And then she has the single target cleanse with the increased speed for your whole team, and then the block buffs on the A1. Not particularly insane or anything like that, but the best part about her kit is this freeze and revive with this big speed in arena battles. She's good by herself. She has synergies with Sir Nick, but it's not necessary, and she will be up for grabs. And then lastly, for the Void Champions, we have Coppercoin here, which is newly buffed up Coppercoin, giving everybody a chance to pick this guy up. I think he looks pretty cool, but I don't think his buffs really gonna make him super viable, to be honest. Let's see if it's actually buffed up in game. I don't think it's buffed up in game yet. All right, sorry guys, we're gonna have to look at Coppercoin's kit here because in game it's not actually updated yet, but he is getting a buff here pretty soon. So on his A2, it's gonna be adjusted so that it fills the turn meter of all allies instead of just being a self turn meter boost. And then his passive is gonna get reworked as well. So no longer is his passive only going to just work on himself. It's going to work on a ally instead. Honestly, pretty minor buffs to his kit, and honestly not going to make him, shoot up to the moon in terms of overall value. He's probably one of the, least exciting void legendaries that they currently have, and the fact that they just announced his rebalance and he's still not exciting, it makes it seem yeah, it makes it pretty hopeless to have this guy, to be honest. So definitely don't want this guy, but he is going to be up for grabs for the 15x. What else? For the epics, we actually have some decent ones. We have Ulfrig. Ulfrig going to be part of the Mikage fusion if you guys need him. Stag Knight's very good if you don't have him. Deacon's very good if you don't have him. And then Demitha and Seer, some of the best void epics in the game, are going to be up for grabs for the 15x as well if you guys need them at all. Now, this summon event is going to be a summon rush most likely, and it's going to be during the Titus fusion, so probably more participation is going to happen. So, you know, this is going to be important to know, the important progressive, you know, options that you have up for grabs for that event. And here is the last bit of news here. There's quite a bit to cover. Obviously, we have the dungeon boost, we have the progressive event, and then finally, there is going to be boost on Primal Shards starting on Friday. We're planning to launch 2x events to summon epic and legendary champions from Primal Shards, and we're also planning to launch a 10x to summon Corrosa from Primal Shards. It's going to last 72 hours, all these events. Now, the big fine print on this is that it says we're planning to summon boost epic and legendary champions from Primal Shards. So what do we get from Primal Shards, guys? We get mythical champions. They are not buffing the mythical rates on these Primal Shards for this weekend. This is very, very important. They're just buffing the legendary and the epic rates, not the mythical rate. So the mythical rate will stay the same at 0.5%. Now, you know, obviously, if you're not reading this carefully, you will make that mistake of pulling your Primal Shards, hoping to get Corrosa, and then not getting the boosted rates. This happens all the time. This is basically a fake boost for Primal Shards. I don't know why they do this, but it makes sense why they do this, because you always find people pulling shards during this event, not knowing exactly what they're pulling for. Now, I will say it is a 10x boost on Corrosa, the Covetous. If you guys are hell-bent on getting this champion, then the 10x boost, if you pull a mythical from the Primal Shard, then the 10x boost will be very, very strong and very high likelihood of getting Corrosa. And she is here. You know, she's okay. She's okay. I did showcase on her. If you guys want to check it out, you guys can check out the video for that. You know, she has a tanky form in her base form, and then she has a nuking form in her secondary form. I don't think she's going to be, you know, basically, you know, changing the meta or anything like that, but she's definitely a serviceable champion. She's basically two reasonable champions baked into one, which makes, you know, a reasonable mythical. But a reasonable mythical doesn't mean that that mythical is going to get used, you know, everywhere. But there she is. If you're a collector, going to be a 10x boost for the mythical champion. It's going to give you a really, really strong odds to pick them up. If you pull the mythical, of course, 0.5% chance on the Primal Shards. But keep that all in mind, that it is not a true 2x boost on mythical champions. It's just legendary and epics from Primal Shards. Sorry. Anyway, that's it for the news and the upcoming events here. You guys are all caught up. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about all that. The fusion is starting on Thursday, July 3rd, so make sure you guys look out for that. And of course, we'll be covering that as soon as it drops, so make sure you guys come on back. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.